So the other day I had to replace my old S6 with a new S6. My old one started to die with the battery. I have no idea what happened to it. It was working great and then just went kaput. It just would not stay on no matter how many hard resets I did. I happened to like the S6, and with this new one I had the opportunity to try and get all new apps and get super organized, and this phone came with a folder for Google and Microsoft. I put some more icons in it. I really liked the look of it, so I'm like, maybe I should try it out. Maybe I should get more organized in my phone look, you know what I mean? So I tried to replicate it by making a games folder, which is right here. I do like the look of it, so I'm going to try and make another folder for you guys right now and explain to you a few things, my own thoughts, and why you might want to try making a folder for yourself. I'm going to make a utilities folder. I'm going to go to apps and drag out a few choice icons. The Tile app and the Mile IQ app. So the first thing I did was go to the widgets, and I went there by simply holding my finger on a screen in a blank area, and it comes up with these few choices here. The widgets I thought would provide a folder for me. That was not where it was. Then I tried to join them together and it just would not take. It would just kind of like dodge my finger, and it was very strange. So as you saw it happen there, the way to make a folder is simply by confidently moving your finger on top of the other icon. And if you do it with force, with assertiveness, it does take hold. So I'm going to hold it. I'm on the desktop again, and I'm just going to get there, you little piece of there we go. Oh, there we go. So boom, it made a folder. Still not very good at it yet. I can name it whatever I want, numbers and letters. I can change the color if I wish. I can even add an app this way if I wish to, or I can just drag them in the same way that I just did. Press the back button. I have now created a utilities folder. Looks pretty spiffy. Some might argue that instead of being more organized, it creates another barrier to get to the actual icon that you want. So you can make that argument. I think it looks pretty nice though, and there's no harm in trying things out in this approach. If you look in the apps folder, the apps garage I like to call it, because that's where all your junk is, the Tile and the Mile IQ app, the two I just joined in the folder on the desktop, are still separated in this apps folder. It doesn't really have anything to do with each other. So I think that's really cool. If you choose to have them separate here, where you can see everything plainly and scroll through them all, on your desktop, they're joined in that look if you want to keep them that way. If I want to join these two together so that it mirrors what I just did on the desktop, I can do that as well. But look what happens when I try to join them together. Look, I just came out of the apps folder. I'm now on the desktop. I don't want to do this, do I? But now there's a tile on the desktop and the tile on the desktop in the folder. So I have two places to get it. I don't recommend doing this. This is kind of redundant. So I'm going to get rid of this. Just remove this app. I didn't delete it. I just put it away. So it's back here now. There's a Tile app and a Mile IQ app. How do I join these together like I did on desktop? Well, you have to go to the edit function here, press edit, and now if I press it once, it will uninstall, which I don't want to do that. I just want to make a folder. Same as before. I take it, I can join it together like so. I can name it, I can color it, and press back. Boom. Press done. I now created a folder, a utilities folder with those same two icons. But notice the color is different, the name is different than what is on my desktop. But still a folder nonetheless. Pretty cool. Pretty useful. I don't know if it makes any sense to name them and color them differently, but it's still cool nonetheless that you can do that. Again, if you want to add more items to your folder, and you can do that by simply dragging them in or adding them from inside the folder. Also, you can add different items if you want to. They don't all have to be the same, mirroring this folder right here. If I want to remove it, I'll go to Edit and then open the folder, and I'll just drag it out. The folder is now destroyed, leaving those two on their own. Okay. So that's how you make a folder. I think it looks cool. Definitely try it out. For me, I like having them all the same color. And it doesn't really make sense for me not to have things mirrored on the desktop as well as the apps. Not that I don't have enough screens. I have 3 screens here. I can always add more scrollable screens. So I'm not worried of running out of space. It's just that I don't want to sit there scrolling through pages on my desktop as well as scrolling through pages in my apps folder to find exactly what I need. Why not group them together, even if it requires one more step to get to the actual games or whatever folder I'm into right at that time. I've never actually used folders before, so I never had the reason to look up how to do it. But now that I know how to do it, I find it pretty useful. So maybe you could use folders and try it out now that you know how to do it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, crap.